Hello, what's going on YouTube? This is J Money here, and I'm bringing you guys a video regarding Summon Sorceress and a deck being World Chalice specific. This is a World Chalice specific kind of video, just to let you guys know as an early disclaimer. Now, before I get into explaining Summon Sorceress, I'm going to go ahead and explain the details of Summon Sorceress. Summon Sorceress is a Link 3 Dark Spellcaster with 2400 attack, and it has its materials requires 2 or more monsters with the same type, and we really only use it for its second effect. Now, its second effect goes something along the lines of you being able to target any monster that Summon Sorceress points to, and special summoning a monster from the deck with the same type as the monster, except its effects are negated. Now, you can summon that monster to either side of the field depending on what niche applications you want to apply there. Now, with me personally, I personally do not enjoy Summon Sorceress in the deck. Now, I used to. This is before I knew about the Troy Mirrors. This is before I knew about Called by the Grave and all that good stuff. Now, the purpose of Summon Sorceress and World Chalice in specific was to summon out an Eva from the deck, get it off the field, like link it off or something, and search your Lee in like a Herald of the Orange Light and all that good stuff. Now, granted, that's a +2 in terms of card advantage, but at the same time, with the Troy Mirrors, like most of the times, if you can summon Sorceress, you can also summon Scoldread or Scoldred, and Scoldred is arguably the better of the two, depending on the situation. Most situations, Scoldread will beat out Summon Sorceress. Not only that, but Troy Mirrors coming out, the extra deck space is already tight. You know, finding space for a Cerberus, a Griffin, and a Unicorn, maybe even a Mermaid if you plan to go that route. Summon Sorceress is just an awkward link monster because of the fact that it's got arrows bottom left and bottom right when Scoldread has those same arrows. And so if you were to summon Scoldread and try to summon Sorceress later, it'd be really awkward because Summon Sorceress would have to be on her Scoldread summoning something like a Guard Dragon rather than an Eva, because Scoldread is a dragon. And it's just really, really weird, and you can't get the full benefits of it when you have Scoldread. But anyway, what I want to discuss is, before we were all excited about Summon Sorceress simply for the fact that Venus by itself can equal double Firewall. Now, since then, we've had new ban lists. We have had Firewall Dragon get limited. So that begs to ask the question, okay, what can we do now? What applications can we use Summon Sorceress in? That's what I'm going to go show you guys today. Now, we're going to do 4 combos. We're going to do one with Venus by itself, and then we're going to do one with Venus with a Waterfront, Venus with a World Legacy, and Venus with a Lee. So with that being said, we're going to get started, but before we do, I want to go ahead and disclose that this Decode Talker is going to be our proxy Summon Sorceress since it has these same arrows. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started, and we're going to go ahead and summon out our Shine Balls now. Now, Summon Sorceress is a Link 3, and it requires 2 or more with the same types. Now, you would think that summoning out or linking with all the Shine Balls would be the way to go. And it can be if you have Exodius in hand, but if you don't, you want to link with everything but the, you want to link the Venus away and keep one of them. Now, I chose to put Shine Ball on keep the one on the rightmost lane because it's very, very beneficial for what I'm about to pull. Now, so we're going to use Summon Sorceress, and we're going to target it, and we're going to summon our Eva. This is what we would normally do. And we're going to go ahead and link it off, and we're going to make our Link Rebo. Now we're going to trigger Eva's effect, and it lets you banish 2 fairies from the graveyard and add level 2 light or lower light fairies up to the number of the target you banish. So what we're going to do is we're going to add Wadapon, and we're going to add ourselves a Lee since we don't have it. Obviously, Venus is just by itself. Now, the reason why I choose Wadapon, and there's another card in the deck I chose over a what's its name, over Herald of the Orange Light, because I believe in just extending plays as much as possible. And it reads, when it's added from deck to hand, you can special summon it. You know, whenever it's added by a card effect. Now I chose to summon it under the link monster because we're going to link into a firewall. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and link into our M-Duct so we can solidify another extra deck monster. So we're going to link the Karibo in the decode. We're going to make our firewall. Now we're going to sack off the Waterfront for Link Karibo. And we're going to use Trigger Firewall's effect to special summon from hand. Release summon, and it searches us a World Legacy. And since M-Duct is solidified on the board, we can tribute and we can play our World Legacy like we normally would. Now we're going to go and link the Lee and all that. We're going to summon our binary Sorceress so we can go and trigger Legacy. We're going to summon 2 World Chalice monsters from the deck. Now I chose to link off with Lee because if you want to get the maximum draws, you know, for this situation it's going to be a draw 2 because Firewall is up top. You need to be able to special summon a monster from the hand when you go for the Ningirsu. So we're going to go and sack off the guard, and we're going to add the Lee, and now we're going to link these off, and we're going to make our Ningirsu Chain Link 1 obviously when it's summoned, Chain Link 2 to Chain Mask. And we're going to special summon our Lee, and we're going to go and draw 2 cards. Now that's pretty good, but I'm not going to play it out because this is all theoretical stuff, you know, based on cards you're drawing. Now in terms of card advantage, Venus is plus us 5 cards on the field. Not to mention Ningirsu and Firewall are worth multiple monsters by themselves. So that's really, really good. And that is something that we want. We want as much value with as little resources spent as humanly possible. Now we're going to get to the good stuff. Now we're going to get to, you know, combos. So this time we're going to start with Venus, and we're going to start, and we're going to combo with a Lee this time. So we're going to go ahead, and we're going to play this out a little bit differently, because of how this setup is going to take a turn. Since we already have Lee in hand, we absolutely do not need to search it with Eva anymore. So we're going to go a different route. We're going to make our Summon Sorceress. Now we're going to go and target the Shine Ball, and we're still going to put the Eva on the board. Now what we're still going to do, we're still going to link into a Link Karibo, but it's going to change our search targets. With Eva, we're going to go ahead and banish these, and we're going to go ahead. And not only are we going to add a Wanapon, if I can find it, but we're going to go ahead and add a Trickstar Lilybell at that. Now, if you want to have a certain build with that actually utilizes Lilybell well, because the Lilybell is a level 2 light fairy, it's also transmodifiable. So I mean, you can play terraformings, you can play 1 Waterfront, 1 light stage, so you can make this a little bit more consistent and a little bit more, you know, make it work naturally with the deck or whatnot. But this is also a light fairy that can special summon itself when added to hand by a card effect. But we're going to summon Waterfront over here this time, along with Lilybell in Zone 5. And before we link into Firewall, we're once again going into an M-Duct. Now, this is where we do things a little differently. We're going to just go ahead and summon Firewall over here on this side. Because we have an extra deck monster that's a Link 1. Now we got it way separate from all of our Link zones, which is what we want. So we're going to sack this off for Link Karibo. And Firewall is going to go ahead and special summon us our Fairy. And we're going to add World Legacy World Chalice. And we're going to go ahead, and since this is solidified on the board, we get the extra normal summon we need. And we're going to link. And we're going to summon our binary, and we're going to go ahead, and it doesn't matter where we put these, so just in case you guys were wondering, but this is why I chose to switch sides this time, because now I don't have to use any more resources, or I don't have to go into any other Link monsters. I can save my extra deck, and I can just go straight into a Ningirsu from here, and we can go ahead and get our draw 2. Now Firewall is co-linked. With both examples that I've showed so far, Firewall has been co-linked and all that good stuff. So keep in mind of that. And also, again, we don't by the time we get Summon Sorceress, we will have the Troy Mares. We will have Troy Mares, so we will be able to extend into Griffin and all that good stuff, and all that good shenanigans for extra stun power and such. So, with that being said, we are going to do our third example, except this time it's going to be with World Legacy. Now we're going to play this a little bit more differently because we don't have to go through loopholes to get our World Legacy. So what we're going to do is we're going to summon our Shine Balls, and when we link, we are going to keep the one that's in Zone 3. And I'll show you why in just a second. So we're going to keep this one in the middle, and we're going to put our Summon Sorceress here, and we're going to use it, Summon Sorceress, and we're going to bust out at the Eva, as planned. And now what we're going to do is we're going to link this into an Imduck, obviously, before we go into anything else. Now, I haven't gotten into Link Karibo yet, and that's because I'm going another route with this. So I'm going to go ahead and sack the Summon Sorceress and go ahead and put our World Legacy World Chalice out, because we're going to make an Orem this time. This time we're going to make Orem, and we're going to trigger Legacy's effect to summon 2 from the deck. We are going to go off with our Lee, and we are going to play our Guard Dragon. And so Lee is going to go off, and we're going to search our Chosen. Now, we're still not linking into Link Karibo yet, because we're going to immediately link these off. Now, I could have summoned Chosen, but, you know, it honestly doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead and summon our Ib over here. We want to make sure it's over here so we can clear up these zones over here. So Eva is going to trigger once again, and we're going to go ahead and banish a Venus and a Shine Ball. And we're going to go ahead and add ourselves the Waterfront and the Lilybell. Now we're going to special them both, but it doesn't matter where they are, because we're just going to immediately link them both, because of free fodder for our binary. Activate our Guard Dragon's effects, and we're going to summon one of the Shine Balls, link it off, make an Imduck. Now we can chain block our Ningirsu. We're going for a draw 3 this time, which is really good. Link 1, Link 2, obviously. Our Chosen comes out, and we're going to go and draw 3 cards. That's broken, but again, I'm not going to play it out. If you wanted to extend this further, not only could you make a Firewall here, but you could sack off a monster and revive either this or a Summon Sorceress. For more Link 3s, if you want, yeah, just if you want to go into a Griffin on top of the Firewall. And not only that, but you would have an extra monster on the board, so you can make a Unicorn up top, and that just really sets up not only your Tri-Gate plays, but it sets up your Unicorn, multiple draws on the draw phase play, which is really good. So though the Troy Mares are something that you guys need to keep in mind, because Troy Mares just makes this all the better. Now the last one we're going to do is Venus plus Waterfront. Now obviously Waterfront is broken, so I don't think I need any explanation there. So with this, we're going to go ahead and link these into a Summon Sorceress, of course. Now, we're going to use our Summon Sorceress, and we're going to put our Eva out on the board. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to link this into an Imduck, so we have 4 counters on Waterfront, so we can go ahead and activate Waterfront to search our Gamma Seals. In case they have an Ogre, you will still have 3 counters to be able to get your searches off. So we're going to link this, and we're going to summon our Link Karibo. Eva is going to trigger, obviously. We're going to banish these. We're going to go ahead and search our 2 cards. Waterfront is going to trigger, and we're going to go in special summon. We're going to link these into a firewall, of course. Link Karibo from the graveyard. Triggers firewall to special summon. Lee is going to search our cup, our World Legacy. Oh yeah, I can't wait to get those supers though. I just can't wait. But now I'm inclined to get Ulti Link Spider since I'm still playing that. But, you know, it's whatever. So now I can tribute Link Karibo normal, so Firewall can special Gamma Steel way over here. And now I can start negating. I can start negating things, so in case my opponent, you know, plans to hand trap me at any point in time, I have the negates. I can easily make a triple co-link Tri-Gate right now if I really wanted to. And actually, that's what I'm going to show you guys. You know what? Yeah, that's a great idea. We're going to go ahead and get these onto the board. We're going to link these and we're going to make our Tri-Gate Wizard. I need a way to get two monsters. Oh, no, I want the Ningirsu. My bad. Ooh, I forgot about that. I forgot all about the Ningirsu. Okay, so we're gonna go Lee, and we're gonna sack this off. We're gonna head her back to the hand. We're gonna link these off. Make our Ningirsu. Get us our card advantage, and there we have it. We got some amazing things here. Now, going into Tri-Gate may take you a lot more resources because this is a Link 3, but at the end of the day, Summon Sorceress really breaks this deck because because of the fact that it's like Double Helix in a sense, because Double Helix gets you Master Plan, and Master Plan searches you 2 cards. Master Plan is a +2 because you're, well, it's really not a +2 because you're linking it in something else into a monster, so it's like, you know, it's really a +1, but with Eva it's a +2 because you're training it for a Link Karibo, so you lost no field presence, but you got 2 cards, so that in a sense is a little bit better. But we, you know, World Chalice obviously does not have a, you know, boss monster like Spiral Sleeper to just blow stuff up, but you really don't need to in a way, because you're getting, you have your negates, you got your Gamma Seals, you got your Tri-Gate Wizards, you got all that stuff. Now keep in mind, this is all off of a 1-card, 2-card combo. This combined with, you know, an actual hand, you know, opening hand, whatever, is really good. That is actually, you know, it's absurd. Combine that with any other cards in your hand, you got yourself, you know, some busted things. Now again, I'm not the biggest fan of Summon Sorceress to begin with, but other people are, and I felt that this is something that I had to showcase for World Chalice players, because Summon Sorceress really is a good card for the deck. It may not be for everybody. In fact, with all the main deck space we need to use for World Legacy Inheritors and all that stuff, and if you plan to use Summon Sorcerers, I honestly think at that point we might have multiple different builds of World Chalice. You know, actual competitive builds. So let me know what you guys think about this. Is there anything I could have done a little bit better in terms of these combos? Did you see anything I didn't? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I reached 400 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for all the support you guys gave me and all that stuff, and all the yeah, all the love and support you guys continue to give me is awesome, and all the good stuff. So I might do a Q&A. I might do a Q&A on the next video or the video before. It depends. Let me know in the comment, you know, ask me some questions, you know, depending on how many I get in the comments below, you know, I might do a Q&A. So, thank you guys very much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing out.